Would you please consider subscribing to my channel and giving my video a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it.
Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between towering mountains and lush green meadows, there was a young girl named Lily. Lily was a cheerful and curious child, always exploring the world around her with wide eyes and a heart full of wonder. She lived with her mother and father in a cozy little house, surrounded by fields of flowers. But what truly captured Lily's imagination was the mysterious forest at the edge of the village. The villagers whispered stories of magical creatures, hidden treasures, and enchanted gardens deep within the forest. One sunny morning, Lily decided that it was time to discover the forest for herself. She packed a small basket with apples, bread, and water, kissed her mother goodbye, and set off on her grand adventure. As she entered the forest, the trees towered above her, their branches weaving together like a roof, casting shadows on the path below. The air was cool, and the sound of birds chirping filled her with excitement. Lily walked deeper and deeper into the forest, following a winding path lined with flowers she had never seen before. Some flowers glowed faintly, others shimmered like tiny stars, and their sweet scent made her feel like she was in a dream. After what felt like hours of walking, she came across a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was the most beautiful garden she had ever seen. It was surrounded by tall, golden gates, covered in vines and blooming flowers of every color. Without hesitation, Lily pushed open the gates and stepped inside. The garden was like something out of a fairy tale. Flowers of every shape and size bloomed in every corner, and in the center of the garden stood a shimmering fountain. The water sparkled in the sunlight, casting rainbows in the air. As Lily walked closer, she noticed that there was something strange about the fountain. Instead of water, it seemed to be filled with a glowing, silvery liquid that flowed gently over the edges. Suddenly, a soft voice broke the silence. "Welcome, young one," the voice said. Lily turned around and gasped. Standing before her was a beautiful fairy. She had delicate wings that shimmered like glass, and her dress was made of petals that seemed to change color with every movement. Her eyes were kind and warm, and a gentle smile played on her lips. "Who are you?" Lily asked in awe. "I am the fairy of the enchanted garden," the fairy replied. "This is a place of magic, where only those with pure hearts may enter. And you, dear Lily, have a very pure heart indeed." Lily's eyes widened in surprise. "You know my name?" The fairy laughed softly. "I know many things. I've been watching over this garden for hundreds of years, and I've seen many children like you wander through the forest, but none have found their way to the garden, until now." Lily felt a warmth spread through her chest. "Why did I find it? Am I special?" "You are special, Lily, because of your kindness and your willingness to help others," the fairy said. "In this garden, those who are kind are rewarded with something magical." Lily's curiosity grew. Magical? What kind of magic? The fairy waved her hand, and the silvery liquid in the fountain began to swirl. "This is the fountain of goodness," she explained. "It holds the power of kindness. If you make a wish from your heart, one that will help others, the magic of the fountain will make it come true." Lily thought for a moment. She had always wanted to help her village, especially the older people who struggled with their daily tasks. Without hesitation, she turned to the fairy and said, "I wish for the people in my village to never feel lonely or helpless. I wish they could always have someone to help them when they need it." The fairy's eyes sparkled. "A selfless wish, Lily. The fountain will grant it." As the fairy spoke, the silvery liquid rose from the fountain and formed a glowing orb in the air. It hovered for a moment, then gently floated down to Lily's hands. She could feel the warmth of the magic as it pulsed in her palms. "Take this with you, and whenever someone is in need, it will guide you to them," the fairy said. Lily thanked the fairy and began her journey back home, holding the magical orb close to her heart. As she left the garden, the golden gates closed behind her, and the path she had taken through the forest seemed shorter than before. Soon, she was back in her village. Over the next few days, something incredible happened. Whenever someone in the village needed help, whether it was carrying water from the well, gathering firewood, or simply having someone to talk to, Lily would feel the orb's gentle tug, guiding her to the person in need. The villagers were amazed by her kindness and generosity, and soon, word of her good deeds spread far and wide. But Lily's kindness didn't stop there. She taught the other children in the village the importance of helping others. Together, they formed a group called the Helpers, and every day they would go around the village, offering assistance to anyone who needed it. The village became a place of warmth and friendship, where no one ever felt alone. One evening, as the sun set over the mountains, Lily sat on the steps of her house, watching the golden light fade into the horizon. The fairy appeared once more, her wings shimmering in the twilight. "You have done well, Lily," the fairy said. "The magic of the fountain of goodness will always be with you. Remember, kindness is the most powerful magic of all." Lily smiled and nodded. "I understand now. Helping others makes the world a better place." The fairy gently touched Lily's cheek. "You have a bright future ahead of you, dear one. Keep spreading kindness, and the world will always shine." And with that, the fairy disappeared into the fading light. Lily continued to help the people in her village for many years, always guided by the magic of the fountain and the kindness in her heart. The village became known far and wide as the place where goodness thrived, and Lily's name was remembered for generations. And so, Lily's story teaches us all that kindness and helping others are the true magic that can change the world. The end.